I'm Edwin Verkesberg, and this is my colleague Kevin Zwemmer.
Hello, I'll be demonstrating for you guys today and answering maybe some questions.
Thanks for joining our webinar today, and we will demonstrate our solution for the Netsuite performance. First, some practical stuff, practical topics. This webinar will be recorded, so we can share it afterwards. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat and we will try to answer them later on in the session. And we will share our contact details in the end. But first, the most common reaction I always get when I tell about Netsuite caching to other people is Netsuite slow? What do you think? What do you think about that, Kevin?
No, I don't think NetSuite is slow. It depends on a number of factors, whether you think it's slow or not. It could be that you have a lot of data in your system, or that you have a wonky setup. Might be something that was done in the past because your business needed it. But yeah, I don't think in the end of the day it might be slow. It could be certain servers, of course, that are messing up a little bit, or a lot of data, but it could also be just the practical stuff that you like to speed up your environment.
Yeah, because NetSuite doesn't need to be slow to improve the performance, right? It's
No.
all about productivity.
Yeah. So some customers come to us and tell us, hey, I need to have a quicker turnover on entering sales orders or looking up shipping orders. So then they want to speed it up because on their old system they could tell within 5 seconds where the shipment was, for instance, for the customer, or enter a sales order within 10 seconds. And now they experience that it's a little bit slower. So yeah, for sure, that could also be the case for improving their business, not only speeding it up, but improving it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, we will have a demo in a few minutes. We will also share what comes around with it. So what involves implementation, etc. And then we have the time for some questions. So let's go to you, Kevin, with the demo.
Sure. I'll start sharing my screen and go to the dashboard of NetSuite, where our module resides, and most of the time you can view a lot of the records. I'll show you 3 records today. Just the first, most basic one is entering a sales order. This was already cached, but that's a question I just regarded like, should you speed up the creation? So I can, for instance, click on the sales order record, and you can immediately see that it pops up the sales order record, where you can enter all your data and fill in your information. Often we get the notification that this is a lot quicker than what they're used to. That's one of them. But also, for instance, quite a common one is reporting. Everybody reports on numbers, of course, on the business, and they want to have that as quickly as possible. So out of the box, you can select a report or the type of report, and then select a report that you want to do. So let's today do the aging A&R. We include it in the portlet. We can even restrict it to certain employees or departments or subsidiaries, but of course the report, for instance, has their own limitations already for employees that don't have access to those records. But yeah, that's of course logical. So we save this one. You can see it's saved. We go back to the dashboard, reload, or because on every dashboard refresh, NetSuite caching reloads.
And it's building up the cache, right?
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah, first time you see sometimes a slower time, and then after they cached it, you see a quicker response time on the record. So if we now, for instance, open this aging report, you can quickly see the aging report pop up and show you all the data that's needed. This is a demo environment, so a lot less extensive than you guys might have at home with your own businesses, but yeah. And then finally, one of the topics that comes up quite a lot is a transaction record, for instance. You might be customizing that a lot because you want to add fields, remove fields, maybe do some formulas or calculations. So then you can also add this one as a custom URL to the caching. So we'll create a new optimization. And for type, of course, select the custom URL. Then as the identifier, put in the URL I just included. Again, you can limit it in any way that you want. You can give it your own name. Custom report form item fulfillment. We will save this one. As you can see, it's added. When we go to the dashboard, it might take some time to load this one. It's of course different than what we've seen before. Here you can see it already. It's quite similar in time. Let's speed it up again so that the caching really kicks in.
Okay, does that mean from now on we are looking to old information? Cached info might be outdated, or isn't the downside of the solution?
Yeah, a good question. We get that question quite a lot, but the caching happens so regularly that you are never working with outdated data. As said, every time you open up NetSuite, open up your dashboard, everything is cached. So you're never looking at outdated data because that refresh happens so often that it can never be outdated. In the meantime, the record got loaded, the transaction form, as you can see. It immediately opens it, and I can start editing the fields, the groups, adding or removing any of them. So yeah, that's a quick overview of what we have regarding the demo. And yeah, when contacting us, we can dive deeper into your certain topic that you want to see cached, but this is just a quick takeaway of some of them.
Thanks. And I think it's an easy bridge to an implementation because we think it's a very nice feature, a very nice app.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, you need to tailorize the solution on the request of the client, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell about the implementation?
Yeah, so the implementation is a co-build because us explaining to a customer, of course, how they add or remove certain caching records, but also looking at, okay, what are the needs of a customer? And for everybody, they're different. Some are working on projects, some are working on warehousing, some are working on sales orders, on finance. Some might be more on reporting than on entries. So yeah, that's where the implementation comes in, that we together have a look at, okay, what is needed for the business and what does everybody want? And we create that good flow of cached records and make sure that it fits properly.
Okay. What can we share about costs? Because it's a license.
Yeah, it's a license, and that's a yearly fee. And then of course there's an implementation fee, but that it's all depending on how many records you want cached, and we try to limit that as much as possible. And after that, there's no real additional costs. It's a cost per head, of course, because yeah, we're selling it as a full solution, so we're not selling it per user. We're selling it for the full NetSuite instance. So it's also always good to have to use it for everybody and not limit anybody out of it, because that would be a waste of your license.
Okay, and we work with the trial, right? It's no cure, no pay based on the proof of speeding up NetSuite.
Yeah, so that's something we do on the implementation. We have a look also at, of course, what kind of environment you have, but also on the speed of the optimizations. Can we improve it twice as much? I mean, we always say, okay, at least twice as much is what we guarantee, but we also see it ramping up to 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, even crazier. It all depends on the record and the instance. But yeah, no cure, no pay, 30-day trial that you can test it out, see how it works. And we've not had a no cure, no pay yet, fortunately.
Okay, well, I'm sure our viewers of today will like that. Let's go to some questions, because we do have some.
Yeah.
And please go ahead with posting them in the chat. We will get back to you later. But this first one, I think it's an interesting one. Does this Suite app / bundle also include the ability to speed up my background scripts?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've not touched that yet. I've gone over a couple of normal records, of course, but there's also a checkbox on every optimized record that you can set for scripted records, because of course in a lot of scripted records that we create, we might add or search a list of data, customer records, vendor records, invoice records, you name it, and we'll probably use it in some sort of script to either email it or build a page or anything. And we can also use that cache data in those scripts. So your scripts will even improve. Let's say that you're doing invoicing daily on a script basis, then the customer data, the invoice data, your sales order data, they're all cached and used in that scripting instance. So it will improve it a lot. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we maybe already touched it a bit, but will you continuously develop on this feature? Are there any upcoming improvements?
Yeah, so we're always improving it. Our latest improvement was also on the saving side of records that we've gotten a lot of questions about. Can we improve the saving of records? So we've added that, and also the restrictions, for instance. So it's something we continuously look at our customers for, like, okay, what is the feedback from everybody? And if we get some similar feedbacks, we'll even call other customers. Hey, we've gotten this feedback from maybe 2 or 3 customers. Are you experiencing the same, or would that also improve something for you? So it's something we're always looking at, and we'll also always gladly hear from our customers if there's improvements, because we always want to improve it and make it better.
Okay, so new developments are part of the license, but we need the user's feedback for that. To go ahead with.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. And we might have a technical administrator, him or herself, in today, because can I configure the functionality myself?
Yeah, I touched it a little bit on the co-build side. You can configure it at some point if you're at least a little bit technically inclined, but I think most of us joining this webinar are outside maybe a couple of sales guys. So yeah, the basic stuff is drop down, so that can be non-technical, even just normal admins that are not technically inclined but like to mess around and tweak some stuff. But the only downside there is it's for the full business, so you have to know that the changes you are making are impacting the entire business. But as soon as we've set it up with you, we take you along with the system. I think afterwards, with a little bit of technical knowledge, you can for sure implement or integrate new topics.
Okay, cool. And let's make this the last question.
Yeah.
The other ones will be answered by getting in touch. Is the configuration per user or for the entire user group of my NetSuite?
Yeah, I already touched it a little bit. We're doing that for the full user set. Because otherwise it's so difficult to scale up or scale down, and we just want to improve basically NetSuite for every user and not have maybe the finance department always complaining about that it's too slow, while sales is like, oh, it's as quick as can be, and I like it like this. We're always selling it to the entire company, and everybody can use it.
Okay, cool. Well, and I think there's also a part in buying the solution. If you want to make a business case for it, we even have a tool on that on our website where you can quickly calculate. It's based on the estimation how much you will use NetSuite and the improvement we can make with NetSuite Cache. As far as we are concerned in the business case, it's easy to manage a business case on this. And the more users make use of it, it will easily be a good business case.
Yeah, and that's only going off of the twice as much until 5 as much optimizations, and we even see, of course, greater improvements. So then the business case is even easier, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Kevin is now showing our website because I promised to end with our contact details. And I think it's the best to please visit our website for more information. And over there you will find multiple possibilities to reach out to us. So thanks for today.
Thanks a lot, guys.